The Martia Antonio family's life changed forever after their daughter had a chance encounter with Pope Francis in Philadelphia, leading to a miraculous outcome beyond their imagination. Joy and Kristen Maxey Antonio grew up in devout Catholic families, attending church every Sunday and learning the values of faith, love, and kindness. Their shared faith was a cornerstone of their relationship, and they vowed to raise their future family within the same tradition that had shaped their own lives. Before the diagnosis, their life was filled with the typical joys and challenges of raising a young child. They cherished Gianna's first words, her first steps, and the joy she brought into their home. They envisioned a bright future for her, filled with school plays, birthday parties, and watching her grow into a strong and kind young woman. However, their dreams were abruptly interrupted when Gianna was diagnosed with a rare blood disorder and a tumor, replacing their hopes with hospital visits and medical uncertainty. Despite the devastating diagnosis, Joy and Kristen's faith remained unwavering. They continued to pray for Gianna's healing, supported by their community of family and friends. Donis, an FBI agent and a fellow churchgoer, became a close friend after a chance meeting with the couple. When Donis was selected to be part of the security detail for Pope Francis' visit to Philadelphia, he saw it as an opportunity to help his friends in a significant way during this trying time. As the day of the Pope's visit approached, Joy and Kristen were filled with a mix of hope and anxiety. They prepared Gianna's best dress, symbolizing their faith and anticipation of a blessing. Donis made arrangements to ensure they could meet the Pope, calling them downtown for the special moment. The streets of Philadelphia were alive with the energy of pilgrims and visitors, and Joy and Kristen felt uplifted by the communal faith surrounding them, united in hope for a miracle from their encounter with the Holy Father. Suddenly, the Pope's motorcade appeared, and the crowd erupted in applause. Donis watched with eager eyes as the Pope stepped out of the car and made his way toward them, a moment he would never forget. As they stood there, Joy lifted their precious little girl, Gianna, into the air, hoping she would catch the attention of the man through whom they believed God spoke. In an instant, the Pope saw Gianna, and everything changed. Joy held Gianna tightly as the Pope approached them, and the crowd fell silent, their eyes all fixed on the little girl held high in her father's arms. Joy's heart overflowed with hope and anticipation as they waited for the Pope's blessing. Out of nowhere, a security agent appeared and carried Gianna to the Pope, who leaned down to kiss her on the head. It was a moment of pure magic and power, bringing tears to the eyes of those who witnessed it. For Joy and Kristen, this was an unforgettable moment filled with profound gratitude and joy. Their daughter had received a special blessing from the Pope, and they knew that this moment would stay with her forever. What they didn't know at the time was that this simple, sacred kiss would lead to a miraculous change in their lives. After the excitement settled, the family continued their routine, taking Gianna to her medical appointments, but they lived in fear as they awaited news about their little girl's health. Each day was an emotional roller coaster, filled with worry and uncertainty, but they held on a hope, believing in the power of prayer. The weeks that followed were filled with emotion as Joy and Kristen began to notice small improvements in Gianna's health. Her appetite increased, and her smiles grew brighter. They documented every change, clinging to these signs as proof that their prayers were being answered. Their community, too, noticed the transformation, and their story became a beacon of hope for others facing similar challenges. Then, one day, they received a call from the doctor, and their hearts skipped a beat, bracing for more bad news. But when the doctor spoke, his voice was calm and steady, and the message he delivered seemed almost too good to be true. 6 weeks after the Pope's blessing, Gianna's tumor had dramatically shrunk with no logical explanation. The family was speechless, overwhelmed with emotion, and they embraced their little girl, knowing deep in their hearts that the Pope's blessing had made all the difference. In the months that followed, their story spread, inspiring people around the world who reached out to share their own experiences of faith and healing. Some even came to visit, hoping to meet the little girl who had been touched by the Pope. Joy and Kristen welcomed them with open arms, grateful for the support and the growing network of people who had become part of their journey. Each visit, each message, served as a reminder that they were not alone in their struggles, and their story had become a source of inspiration to many others. Gianna's health continued to improve, defying all expectations, and her journey became a symbol of hope, showing others that miracles are possible when we believe. As they look back on the day their prayers were answered, Joy and Christen were filled with gratitude, knowing that their encounter with the Pope had changed their lives forever. They watched Gianna grow stronger each day, marveling at how far they had come. They knew their journey was far from over, but they would never forget the day their faith was rewarded and their lives transformed by the Pope's kindness. It was a miracle that touched not only their family, but also the hearts of everyone who heard their story, rekindling belief in God's power to heal and bring hope.